Hello and welcome to LBG Gaming and welcome to my early review first impressions for Necromunda Hired Gun. So this game came out on the 1st of June yesterday and I've been playing it. I've played a few hours of it. I wanted to give you my initial thoughts. The game is priced at $40 but it is currently on a 15% discount on Steam. And this discount is available until the 10th of June. On the Epic Game Store, you can use a $10 coupon and get $10 off. So I picked it up on the Epic Game Store. So what is this game? This is a first-person shooter set in the Warhammer 40k universe. You are a bounty hunter and the whole game is in a sort of mission-based structure. There's a hub area, you get missions there, you go and complete the missions and you collect loot and things like that. Now you have wall running, you have double jumping, you can grapple, there's sort of bullet time in here as well. So a lot of mechanics from popular FPS games. So you could say it's got like Doom 2016 feel mixed with something like Titanfall and yeah, in the Warhammer setting. So yeah, plenty of stuff to do. And there's also RPG mechanics, so you can level up your character, you can add bionics and augments and stuff. Not only to you but your dog as well, and you can also do a lot of things to the weapons, upgrade them, things like that. So yeah, it's got a lot of things to do. Now onto the performance. DirectX 12 I had a lot of stuttering. It wasn't smooth at all, but I switched to DirectX 11 and it's a lot better. It's much more playable. It's not too demanding because I have an RX 570 4GB and I was playing this on high settings and it was running fine. I had no real issues. I went lower to get more FPS and the quality does suffer. Like the visuals at low settings versus medium settings are noticeably worse. So that is something to keep in mind. So I was happy to sacrifice some FPS because this is a single player game, so it's not really that big a deal as long as I'm getting around 60 FPS, which I was getting with the RX 570. The other issue with low FPS, low settings was I was getting high FPS, but it wasn't consistent. So one area I was getting 120 FPS and then it would suddenly drop to 80 FPS and that felt very jarring and it kind of made it not fun. So lowering the or increasing the settings to lower the FPS, it became a lot more smoother because it wasn't fluctuating as much. There are patches coming, they have already announced that, so hopefully in the next week or two we may have a few performance fixes and updates. I have not had a crash so far in the 3-4 hours that I've played. So again, if I do run into crashes and stuff later on, I'll let you know. Now on to the gameplay. You start off by picking one of the 15 available characters. So it's not like your custom create your own character. There are like 15 presets and you pick a mixture of male and female. And yeah, if you pick a male, you'll have a male voice. If you pick female voice fully voiced. So nothing exceptional or like unusual about that, pretty standard stuff. There is a small sort of intro mission which sets up the story. Then you go into the hub area. And from there you basically interact with people around the hub. There is like a bartender who gives you information. There's a place where you can upgrade yourself, buy weapons and augment the weapons and things like that. There's an area where you can like shoot and practice, things like that. So pretty standard stuff. You return to it every time. When you select a mission, you pick your loadout and buy stuff like medkits and things and then head on into the mission. You cannot pick up weapons from like fallen enemies. You do get a lot of ammo when you kill them, get health and stuff, other things like that. But you don't get weapons. You can't pick up their weapons and start shooting. You do have to explore a bit because the level design is quite interesting. There are a lot of hidden things around. There's loot chests placed and there's a specific number in like each map. It could be 5 or 9, etc. And then you open them and you get like rare items in there, including weapons. You can equip and use those weapons, or you can just take them with you. And at the end of the level, there's a nice feature where you can pick some of the items that you picked up from the level and take with you, and the rest is sold and you get credits. And then you can use the credits to upgrade and things. So yeah, pretty good. The normal gameplay is this: you have health, you have shields. Shields basically, they're called refractor fluid. You fight enemies, they drop the shields, you pick them up, etc. Health you get medkits, you press the F button and you get that. And then of course there's the dog. A lot of people are interested in that, including myself. So the dog is basically on a short cooldown. You call the dog, and the dog first and foremost gives you sort of eagle vision from like Assassin's Creed. Basically you can see the enemies nearby in like a red outline. So I don't know how that happens. He sniffs them and you see them somehow, but it is that, you know, the see-through wall vision that you have. The other thing is if the enemy is nearby, the dog will attack. And so yeah, dog is very handy for that. And then he disappears. Then there's like cooldown at the bottom left, and you have to wait for it, and then you can call the dog again. So I was using the dog mostly to highlight enemies, because in some early areas it's a bit harder to see enemies because of how sort of orange and bright and red everything is. So it was a little tricky to spot enemies. But remember, this game has a lot of upgradability in terms of weapons and augments and things like that. So you can improve and change a lot of things about your character and about your weapons and things like that. So you can get more strength, you can jump further, you can reduce recoil, a lot of things to upgrade and improve. Also, I have uploaded a mission, the second mission from this game, onto the second channel. Should be top right here. You can watch that to get an idea of how a mission plays out. It was a very cool mission. It was on top of a massive train. You had to go and basically free a prisoner. That was the second mission of the game. But the whole thing was really cool, and explore and, you know, kill enemies and be the guy. But this whole giant massive train that you were exploring, very interesting, and I was like really impressed by that mission. But yeah, I'm really happy with the game so far. And as I said, they are going to add more patches to fix some of the minor issues, but it's not affecting my gameplay at all. I'm really happy. I'll continue with this, and if I run into problems and issues, I'll let you know. But yeah, if you're looking for a budget Doom FPS game with a campaign and a lot of interesting mechanics, yeah, I would recommend this. There's a lot going on, and if you're not familiar with the Warhammer 40k universe, you shouldn't have any issues, because I'm not familiar, and after like initial confusion of the first sort of 30 minutes or so, I was fine. I was, you know, enjoying it. So yeah, initially 30 minutes, just be patient with it. The first mission, I found it to be like really bright and orangey and like hard to see. But after that, you know, the second mission onwards, I felt really good, and I was enjoying myself, and I was playing the game as I should. Also, another tip, buy optics for your weapons quickly, because I found it hard to see through the iron sights, especially with being unable to spot enemies properly to begin with. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, I'll let you know if I run into any issues, and maybe I'll make a full review once I've completed the game a couple of times. I am playing on the normal difficulty. There are 2 higher difficulties above this, and there's an easier difficulty as well. So 4 difficulties in total, like easy, normal, hard, and old school. What else? Did I miss anything? There's also a stim option here. So basically you have some stims with you, and when you lose all your health and you die, basically, if you have a stim, it gets automatically applied, and you just revive one more time. So that is also an interesting mechanic, and you can buy those stims before the start of the mission. So depending on the difficulty or how you're going through a mission, you can do that and, you know, get another chance, I guess. But yeah, that should be it. Check out the gameplay on the second channel if you're interested. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.